What's up guys, Skottyy here. Welcome back to my Transport Fever 2 gameplay. Remember to like and subscribe if you're new. What's up guys, Skottyy here from a Blue Coconut family and welcome back to a new gameplay series. So I've started quite a few gameplay series on the channel recently, and one of those was being OpenTTD, which is kind of like the godfather of kind of transport and you know, kind of almost like kind of that kind of era of gaming of where you've got like city building kind of thing. It's like the godfather of it. It's where it kind of came from. You know, it kind of dual held the title alongside Sim City back in the day. And what I'm going to be playing today is kind of the latest version and the latest child, and probably great-grandchild of that game, which is Transport Fever 2. So this is a great game. Came out just last year, actually, 2019. It's a really good game. I played the original one a lot, so Transport Fever, which was absolutely awesome. And even that was a kind of a child game of Train Fever. And you can really tell they focus heavily kind of on the train aspect of it. But we released this game last year, and I've pumped a lot of hours into it personally. It's not a game I've played on my channel at all, but I feel that it's one of those games which is just definitely needs a gameplay series alongside OpenTTD. So OpenTTD is very kind of clunky and it just functions, whereas this has a lot more kind of things behind it. So unlike other games I've played on the channel, I don't know everything about this game. I just kind of play it and hope for the best. So I've maybe times along the way where I'll be asking for you guys to put in a bit of assistance. So I may be calling out to my audience and asking you to comment below if you guys know anything on how to do it. Now, I say I haven't done anything in this game on my channel. I have actually done some live streams of this over on my Twitch quite a few months ago, and those proved fairly successful, and I had quite a few people asking me questions about that, and yeah, that was quite good fun. So let's jump straight into it. So we've got a small map. It's a European-based map, so it's a temperate climate. I've got a few mods and assets built into the game already, just to kind of help kind of some of the other things, because you're going to get bored with the amount of stuff that is in the game, so I just wanted to make it a little bit more kind of normal per se. One of the mods I've added is the ability to make it left-hand drive, because that is the correct side to drive on the road. None of this right-hand driving, it's wrong. Absolutely ridiculous. You can't have that in the UK. It's just unspeakable. We're left-hand drive, we are correct. We actually have a reason for it. If you're not sure what the reason why we drive on the left, go look it up. It's fascinating. And it's one of the it's linked to what is now currently sitting in the Arizona desert in America. But hey ho, fun times. So yeah, well, that's one of the things, and I've added some more modern trains and stuff into the game as well to make it a little bit more interesting. Right, let's start off by adding a couple of bus lines. So we've got Ambleside, which is that's quite cool. Some of these are actually, so I think they must all be named after places within the UK some of these, because there's places I recognise. So Ambleside is a small town or village per se. It's probably a town up in Cumbria in the Lake District. I've been on holiday there quite a few times, especially when I was a child. Darlington is definitely somewhere I recognise as a name. Never been, but it's a name, recognise it as a town. They're the only ones I recognise. Rochford I think I recognise, but it doesn't spring to mind. If any of these names spring to mind to you, or even if you live in those places, please put a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Right, let's start off in this place. Is this the biggest town? Because I want to have one of the biggest towns. Swanley. No, Swanley is the biggest town. Swanley. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a bus line going around it, I think. So let's get some bus lines going in. Okay, so apparently, despite me having the left-hand drive mod, it doesn't show the direction of traffic correctly, but that's okay. I'll put them on the left-hand side, and I'm just hoping that the mod actually functions the way it does. If not, this is going to be a very short-lived modification. So we're actually going to have it go this way, and then it's going to come back that way, but we're going to actually have this one come there, and then to there, so this kind of does a loop in the middle. I'm actually going to have it stop on the high street. Now that looks really weird, just simply because it's got those arrows going in. Ooh, I think that's the wrong one. It's one of these. I thought it was those. Nope. My mind's gone blank. What's the rotational buttons? Controls. Rotation. Construction. The fuck? Construction option 7. Brilliant. Is it those? Nope. We're going to press loads of buttons until we get there. Oh god, what's rotation? I used to know this. Oh, it's M&N. Christ. Well, that's embarrassing. Please tell me I built the right one after that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so it looks like the modification is working correctly. It is on the left hand side, just the arrows are just wrong. There you go, so that's pretty much the town covered. It's quite nice. So once you do that, you then we're going to add some buses to it. So let's add, I think we'll add only a couple of buses, because we started in the 1900 now. It's quite early days. That's the cheapest. Also holds the least amount. Yeah, that's fine. So I have 3 of those, because why not? Line 1. Now we're going to rename line 1 to Skotyyy Town Bus. Skotyyy Town Bus Line. Because why not? And yep, the horses are slow as dick. Because why not? I'm hoping. Oh yeah, that's one thing this game is good at. So if you have watched the OpenTTD gameplay, then you'll know that when you release the bus, when you release the cargo, sorry, not cargo, the vehicles from the depot. They all go to the first one on the list in terms of kind of stops. So if you set them a line like I've just done of stops, they all go to the first one, which is a pain in the ass, because that means they all get stuck behind each other and they don't spread themselves out. Whereas you'll notice very quickly with this, that's not part of the line here. This one's going to go left. I'm hoping one of these is going to end up coming down here. But what they've done is they are self-spreading themselves out around the line. Therefore, they are kind of, yeah, they're kind of evenly spreading themselves out around the line, which I really quite like that. That's a really nice touch. Really, really nice touch. As long as this one doesn't stop here, it should be all good. It does. Of course. So that means as long as this one doesn't follow it this way and it's not like trying to get over here, we should be okay. So this is now starting its line here. Please go right or straight on. Okay, this one is now going to be stuck behind it for a little while, unless it goes down here. I'm hoping it goes down here to come here. I'm hoping that's the route it's doing, because otherwise it's going to be stuck. Yes, it is. Thank God for that. There we go. We have got our buses operational. So far, They are not going to be in profit. Currently minus £2,000, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Let's have a quick look, see around. Okay, so we've actually got quite a decent route here, so we can get some. What are you? Quarry, so we can get some stone. Stone. So we can get some stone from here. Take it to the brick factory. Construction material plant makes it bricks. Construction materials. And they can then come into the town, because we can see that above each town you kind of see what they want. So this town wants bricks and food. You'll be surprised at how many places don't want food, but how many places do need food. One of the hardest ones to do is fuel. You'll see this here. So they require fuel. That's probably one of the harder ones to produce, because you've got to get oil to a refinery, to a fuel refinery, and then to the town. So it's like a 3-stage process. That's a pain in the ass. What else is a pain in the ass? Is it? No, machines are okay. Machines aren't too bad. Machines, you've got to take them to. But the trouble is with those sort of things is there's often only kind of one factory on the thing, so luckily it's here. So that's okay. You only need metal and wood. No, that's okay. Goods are pretty fucking annoying. Goods, you've got to factories. See, the problem is there's not enough factories in places. Here we go. Yeah, the goods are a pain in the ass. So you need metal and you need plastics. Plastics you make from going from once you find the fecking thing. Here we go. So you need to take it from oil to refinery to plastics, then into the thing. But you've also got to get metal, which is a combination of copper and coal, or actually no, it's iron, isn't it? Iron and coal to a metal factory, then that to the thing, and then you can then produce goods. That is a pain in the arse, and so Sisden, Rochford, Ornsmerk, all want goods, because of course they do. And there's only one bloody. There's two factories for goods. How many places produce plastic? I bet you it's only one. I bet you it's only that one. Yep, I would say so. Only one factory on the whole place that produces plastic. Good. So what we're doing, we've still got 9 million, because you start off with a stupid amount of money. What you do, you do. I'm going to start a cargo train. It's not going to be long, because I don't have the money to make it long. So it's going to go from here to the thingy. It's got to then get around there. And then it's got to kind of come into here somewhere. Ideally in this gap. Is that covering most of that? To be fair, that covers most of like the. That's quite handy to know. So if I put it there, it covers the bricks, and it also covers the ability to have the food as well. So we're going to have food being able to come in by train eventually. Right, so there are the stations put in place. Let's put the tracks in. Now we don't have any parameters for the tracks yet, simply because we don't require them yet. So we're going to have that. So it's a weird kind of intro, but to be fair, it's 1901 that the current year is. You guys can see the date better than I can because I've got a little symbol that tells me I'm recording directly over the top of it, which is really good.